Today, from TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Daniel Jones.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Now Jones. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Wilkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon. known if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early second and long they're facing. Another try after the first down sack. Jones, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 17 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. It's a big play there for Miami. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Jones throwing on 1st down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And some room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 33 and a first. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Alec Ingold with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Jags.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Back to throw. Jones.
They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he'll be marked out a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Now Jones on 1st down.
Screenplay. Here's ETN.
And he is going to lose yardage here. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy leagues.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
But I'll tell you what, I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. Jones. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Ty Davis-Price and the rest of this offense returning to the field.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Now Tua. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. 29 yards.
And the Dolphins take a 3-touchdown lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played. There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That one a first down pickup of 8. $21-0 our score after 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker. Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Jones now on 3rd down. And he wisely will throw that one away. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, set this one off target.
On 1st down, Tagovailoa. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers...
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Miami. 45 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z, right? There. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Davis Price. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Ty Davis Price taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Dolphins continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them. So I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
A give running right, ETN. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Jones throw taken in by Ridley here. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. ETN up the middle. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case,
that's into a crowd and intercepted.
picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. But just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Check strike. Check strike. Red, yellow.
After the turnover, it's Tua. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Oh my God!
The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ultra.
Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to go up top again. A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff up the middle. Callahan. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Now a run with Davis Price.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Here we go. Yellow. 43. 22 needle. Ready to go.
And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th inches.
Come on. Set. Yellow. 22.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Alec Ingold
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this 35-0 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he fields it cleanly. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. Ty Davis-Price and the rest of this offense returning to the field. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Black shot.
2 now on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Callahan, a pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Here's Tua. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass run. Rush. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red.
Back near his goal line, here's Tua. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So that's going to push him back half the distance. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's going to take another shot here. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua looking for a slot man, and he's got him. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo, where it was the visiting Patriots come in and get the victory on the road. Damian Harris, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And at this point, they trail the visiting Atlanta Falcons. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Patrick Mahomes, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat of this ball game as well. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Black 40. Slide, 97.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
52 blaster.
Now a handoff up the middle. Callahan. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Davis Price up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the ground, Benjamin. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, Callahan. 54 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Give to Davis Price up the middle here. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Ty Davis-Price, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Dolphins just continue to roll. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. They juked him. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Ty Davis-Price and the rest of this offense returning to the field. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
They run it with Benjamin. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, there's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Ready. 60 red. 60 red. Hey, check that. Punt.
Davis-Price will try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the 1st down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Let's go now. 50. Green.
Drop deep, drop deep. Hey, check back, step.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Surprised at all that they went with a fullback there?
Not at all, because it harkened back to the days where we watched these games almost in black and white, right? The stocky guy, the strong guy, the powerful guy with leg drive. Give him the football, and even if the blocking isn't perfect, he has the ability to scatter bodies and move people enough to pick up 1st downs. That's what we just saw right there.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Second down. Here's Davis Price. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Going for it, here's Davis Price. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Down. Red 38.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, check back, 6.
On 1st down, Callahan.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Ready, set.
Hey, check back.
Ready, go.
This is Benjamin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Set, hut. 33. Yellow.
All right. Let's go, B, let's go.
Striker. 3-3.
6 guard. Check 6 guard.
Hut.
They'll run with Davis Price. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Ty Davis Price taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Ty Davis Price.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jones throwing on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Steps away to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Quay Walker able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the fourth quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drops. And I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a give to Davis Price. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll keep it on the ground. Callahan, and a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll give this to Davis Price running right. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. They'll run again with Benjamin. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Up the middle they go. Callahan. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff up the middle. Shields.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the run is Benjamin.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run on first down. Callahan. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Jerome Baker picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now Jones to throw on third down. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. Jerome Baker drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, we all know this quarterback had to spend plenty of time studying prior to the game, but he has to be tired of seeing these guys, especially him. Third time now he's brought this quarterback down. Whole defense has had a great game, but 3 sacks, not hard to find who one of the leaders of that effort was.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
A nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back.
And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
on second down now. Callahan, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
107 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Benjamin. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
On second down, Shields.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, this from 34. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over.
Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, you realize that both sides of the ball were so dominant in this game. And on offense, not only did they score it, but they did it through the air as well as on the ground. Everything was working.
And you know that the guys who scored the touchdowns, who contributed that way, either threw them or ran them, they're going to find our cameras and have a big grin for them. But I hope our cameras find that offensive line. How versatile were they? Move the ball on the ground, move people so they could run it, and then protected their passers so they could throw it.
So for Miami, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year.
And they will be back home next week for a date with Washington.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.